My iPad.
Uh-oh.
Well, it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's kind of the worst thing in the world. Yeah. What are you playing right now?
Some classical guitar piece.
It sounds exactly like a song that Hey, Aiko! It sounds exactly like a song that I really love that is way off the beaten path of anything type of music that you and I have ever shared together. And it was just weird how much it sounded like it. It was called... Oh, man, I'm going to have to find it. It's called Middle of the Night by Ellie Dew. But this is what... Here, I'll play it real quick on my phone. Well, maybe I shouldn't, because then it'll still pick it up and ping us. Yeah, you'll just never know, but it sounds like it.
This is neat. I'll have to try to learn this.
Dude, I also found out that because of the ice in the south, that one of our facilities at work has been without power all week.
Oh.
And I didn't know that.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, I could just draw it off my phone. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Boom, 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 boom. Aiko still hasn't said anything secondary, so I'm wondering if she's back at work.
I don't think so. The instant login says otherwise.
Instant login?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Immediate login.
Nope, she said. Aiko, nerd question. Are you excited that Jujutsu Kaisen is releasing its new season now? Or last week you were excited about Frieren Season 2. But I feel like I remember you saying you watched dub, so you probably got to wait a little bit for that stuff. To be honest, not that much a fan of JJK. That is understandable. I like it, but I don't feel like I like it as much as other people. But I also feel like I have liked the animation more as it's gotten older than I initially liked it. I don't mind waiting. I've still been watching One Piece. Dude, you'll like this, John. I started, so I got, well, this part, not so much. I got a Netflix subscription temporarily because there's a couple shows people are like, you gotta watch this, you gotta watch this. I'm like, all right, I'll bite the bullet, I'll get the subscription and I'll watch it. So there was a couple things that, I don't really care for the animation, I want the story to be good. That's respectable. I started watching a show called Sakamoto Days, and it's about this ex-hitman that's like John Wick level precise, and he retires because he falls in love with a lady and gets married and has a kid, and he opens up like a convenience store, and his he gets like super fat. And now it's kind of like this borderline action comedy about him like trying to get pulled back into the industry. It's kind of funny. Did you see the drama on Twitter though, Ayako, about there was a bunch of people in Japan were complaining that the pandering to the American audience is cheapening. They feel cheapening anime because they think that they're trying to make crazy cool fight scenes, Trump stories, which I disagree with.
My clap back to that is, look at how you guys portray women without us. So you can just shut it.
Shut it. Here's
the Americans want action. I'm sorry. You've got your creepy fan service female activity.
I'm not on Twitter, so I don't know.
They can just shut it.
Like, shut me down on that question, too. Like, you excited about JJK? I don't like JJK. I was like, what do you think about this drama on Twitter? She's like, I'm not on Twitter. Try my best, Ayaka. No, just kidding. No, that's the thing is, like, I obviously like a lot of animes because of the artistic stuff that goes into it. And there are a couple of them that I'm like, man, the writing in this, like the story is phenomenal. But I don't think all of them are as phenomenal as people think most of the time. And I also think that people kind of have rose-colored. So, for instance, there's one called My Hero Academia that everybody really likes. I also really like it. That's the one that I told you is kind of like the X-Men.
Yeah.
Where they have like superpowers, but they call them quirks. And then like, like all their powers are cool because they come at costs. Like you can't just use them, spam them, and just be like, this is my life. Like if you use it too much, there's some bad thing that'll happen to you. Anyways, that show was really good because it was building up these characters very well. Like the way that they made you, like you actually sent me something about that one character that's half cold, half heat.
Yeah.
And how that reflects the turmoil in his home and stuff.
Yeah.
That's from that show. So like they write very well characters. But the problem is they just did their final season. And my biggest beef with most animes is that American writing, like Western writing, is falling prey to something they call the prolonged middle, where shows build up the anticipation for this climactic arc for the narrative that never comes true because they're trying to just squeeze all the life out of the narrative without making it end. I think that most anime's problem, and his very good example is My Hero Academia. I feel like they squeeze the ending too long, so it's like a prolonged climax, because like the final battle will be separated into 4 different little battles, and they'll spend most of an episode telling you what's going to happen. That's another really bad thing about just writing in general, not just Eastern versus Western. Writing in general, too many people don't respect the intelligence of their audience and or can't respect the intelligence of their audience. So they do this thing where instead of showing you that this character figured something out by like having a quick little clip of their eyes narrowing and like maybe a little smirk curling up their lips, and you would be like, in that instant you'd be like, oh, they figured something out, and then their next action would show you they figured something out. Well, in anime, when they're fighting and someone figures something out, like in the middle of punching the person, they'll be like, I noticed that every third time that you lifted your leg to kick me, it was only 3 feet off the ground. And then it's like this entirely too long, like, what do they call it? Exposition on why that they figured out their problem. And it lasts like 5 minutes. And then like he lands a counter punch. And then the guy's like, oh, that's so interesting. I'll just change all my moves. And it's like, just do the stuff. You don't got to like walk us through everything you're thinking. Like, I feel like that disrespects the intelligence of your audience. And there's like the only handful of animes that narratively, I think, just full on respect their audience. I think one of them is Vinland Saga and one of them is Attack on Titan. Like, they just fully are like, you'll get it. You know?
Yeah.
Like, we'll show you what happens.
Or, you know, like, just do it and then...
Bro, when are you going to watch One Piece? Ayako, I have, like, 3 people. It's not just you, but there's, like, 3 people that constantly push me to watch One Piece. I don't know. So I don't remember if I gave this pushback to it. It's so good. I don't remember if I gave this pushback to it, and I don't want you to hate me, but this is what I've decided about One Piece. They're redoing it, and they're paring it down. So, like, the first arc, instead of being 98 episodes, is going to be like 30. And so all the arcs are going to be, don't do it, she said. She knew what I was going to say. They basically eliminate all the filler. Watch the original. I think I'm at episode like 98 or something. Watch the original. Stop.
That's funny.
That's what everybody that watches One Piece has said, though. Because, like, I've talked to Alex a little bit about it. I'm just like, dude, I think this is what I'm going to do. And he's like, honestly, he's like, One Piece was that show that was just like in the background because of how it is. Because I would just put it in the background and then watch the big fights that were coming up.
Gotcha.
And I was like, oh, okay. And everybody, then he was like, if you want to, they're going to do this and it's going to be easier to watch and catch up with. And so I was like, okay, I'll do that. But every time I've told anybody that's been like, you got to do this. Don't do this to me. She said, the filler is so good. You'll ruin it if you don't watch the original. Okay. Specifically explain to me how the filler is good. As best you can, given the constraints of the communication of typing and how bad you spell. No. My spelling is superb. You are right, Aiko. I was just teasing.
The booty chicks displays.
What?
I made a comment that's getting a little bit of traction. It's not going to get a ton of traction because the guy doesn't have a lot of followers. But man, just like listen to this for a second. I'm done. I'm done talking. I'm just gonna turn this on and let you listen to it briefly.
Okay.
We can't listen to it because they'll shoot our house.
I'm still waiting. I think Ayako's loading up a good explanation on why I need to watch the filler. So don't think that you're off the hook with that, Ayako. But I am going to
just. I'm not gonna say anything else. We can't play much of this because I'm gonna get nuked from orbit. So you just got to bear with me. Only giving you a little bit of it.
Is this
Just listen to it for a second. Okay. I don't know. Just what do you think? That's it. That's what I'm doing. Ooh.
It sounds very Eastern.
Hold on, we're gonna come
distracted.
back to this. I tried to make sure you
Here's the
didn't
thing.
get distracted.
I heard and then I heard a car engine, and I was like, well, we've lost him.
What did you think of that? That's a new Tim Henson track. What did you think of it?
It sounded, I don't know, it just sounded like Hispanic classical kind of.
Oh, that was all you had to say. Okay.
Yeah, I don't really.
I mean, I give you that because you're not really I only gave you 10 seconds because you're not really a musician. I commented, I go, listen, I'm not trying to be the old guy, but I was like, I just, all I hear anymore in riff structures for all songs is bonk, skibbity, bonk, skibbity, goobly, bonk. And I actually wrote that out. And people seem to think that's really funny because, I mean, listen to that. I'm not trying to, like, be a complete, jackknob about this, but it's just...
No, what you're saying is...
Skibbity, bonk, skibbity, goobity, bonk, skibbity. It's like, I mean...
You're not
We
wrong.
can do something else.
The thing that your critique of it reminded me of is when it was really popular to make rap music when they were making triplet patterns with their... and Snoop Dogg was mad about it. And he's like, I'm sick of rap. Everybody's...
Yep.
And they were laughing. He's like, I don't care who it is. You just put that on. That's what they sound. And they're all like losing it. That's kind of what your critique of that was.
Absolutely.
It's like that. It's like it's not that it's bad. It's just that
the dude
it's
can
not
play circles around me.
Yeah, it's not creative.
And he gets paid money to play guitar, and I don't get paid any money. But it's just that all the riff structures are bonk, skibbity doobity bonk, skibbity scoobity bonk, skibbity scoobity bonk.
Yeah, it's all the same pattern, and pattern is supposed to be a thing with music. It's like one of my professors that taught sculpture was like, smooth. Like whenever they would teach people anything about it, they were like, the number one thing I want you to understand about sculpture is smooth is one of an infinite number of textures, and rarely is something actually smooth. And so like whenever somebody would do like a hand, and it would be like glass, the surface of glass, they'd be like, this looks good structurally, but your texture, you have to think about the texture when you're doing sculpture, because that's a part of that's an element of this. So yes, you're structurally fine with the fact that you drew a hand, or you sculpted a hand. That's that dark?
Yeah, that would be nuts, bro.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. I like driving fast, but I don't think I would like doing that in a car. I would want to be in like a four-wheeler that doesn't go that fast.
Oh, dude, I would do this in a heartbeat.
Oh, I know. Yeah. I don't think I could do it.
Okay, there you go.
Okay. It's funny, it's important, because every moment you see them, it grows the relationship that you have with them. For example, I cried over a boat today. I've already seen it, and I still cried. Not to mention, a lot of people skip an arc called Skypa, which has a decent amount of important info, and it's funny. To be honest, I don't know if there's any real filler. A lot of it is super important. You'll see the characters 100 episodes later. It's so good. To be fair, I feel like I want to bring this up too, because I've noticed when I talk about One Piece specifically and I use the word filler, I don't think that there is an official consensus in that community about what filler is, and I don't know whether mine is right or not, but I'll just tell you what I mean when I say it. So somebody said filler is when an anime adds stuff that isn't in the manga to add time. I don't think that's not what I'm saying when I say filler. Also, some people say that filler is just like extra episodes and stuff. Like she's saying like, no, you're gonna miss important stuff. I don't think important stuff is filler. I think whenever, like, say John and I were gonna fight, and episode 1 is me taking a step and being like, what are you doing here? And John's like, I'm here to rob the place. And I'm like, that's not good, because I don't want you to rob the place. And then John's like, well, that's not gonna work, because I'm gonna rob the place even though you don't want me to rob the place. And then it goes back to me, and I'm like, well, here's the deal. I know that you think you're going to rob the place even though I don't want you to rob the place, and I'm going to stop you from robbing the place. But that's not how it's going to, like, to me, there's so much unnecessary stuff that hasn't gotten us from A to B in the conversation. We're just looping back and forth, and people argue. I feel like One Piece fans argue that is like, no, that just shows determination. And it's like, no, like, it doesn't have to be done like that. I think it can be done more effectively.
That's poor storytelling.
That's what I think. And that was my biggest beef.
Any person that's writing stories will tell you that's poor storytelling.
Yeah, that's my biggest beef, is like, it took so long for when I was watched. Genuinely, there's not that much filler at all. I don't think I've ever been bothered in One Piece. Viewers! Blah, blah, blah. We just got a bot comment in there.
Yeah.
I have watched up until, I don't think I made it to episode like officially 100 yet. I'm pretty sure I'm at like 98 or 97 or something.
How long are these episodes?
They're not that long, but nothing really, this is my beef, is nothing really happens in them. So they're like 20 minutes, and the first 5 to 10 minutes of the 20-minute episode is recapping what happened last time. And then the last 5 minutes of the episode, 10 minutes of the episode, is the story middling. So like, the conflict is starting to heat up, so you're like, oh, they're about to fight, and then it cliffhanger ends, and then the next episode is that 5 to 10 minutes of the last episode where you're like, oh, they're about to fight, and then the last 5 to 10 minutes of that episode is them continuing to just build up the fight.
This seems like people that, and please don't take this the wrong way.
What? You're not even that far. At least get to Water 7. I don't know what Water 7 is.
I'm not, this is going to come across maybe kind of, please don't take this the wrong way, but this seems like it's for people that really like emotional tension. That's what that seems to me. Like they don't care as much about the resolution of anything or if it's building towards something. They just like the feeling of emotional tension.
So what you were saying is what I was trying to say.
When you describe how that is played out, to me that feels like a person just likes that emotional tension and doesn't necessarily even care about the release.
Yeah. So that's what I was trying to say with, I think that they have a prolonged climax in Japanese storytelling, because that's all too common in animes, is that thing that you just described. Like this need to sit in that heightened emotional state to the point where me as a viewer, I view that as exhausting. You know what I mean? Like that's why the final season of the My Hero, the superhero one that I was telling you about, I felt like it was kind of exhausting because the whole time there was 8 episodes that was the climax of the battle. And it's like, dude, that like you gotta come down. Like the story's gotta go up and down. You can't keep me. And it's just like when we went to that dubstep concert. It's like everything was up here the whole time. And after we got out, I was like, John, I'm tired, dude. And I sat there.
Meshuggah doesn't even do that.
Yeah.
Meshuggah has way more.
It's not just emotion. The story is insane. A lot of government-related stuff. No. So that's a big thing about they're pirates in One Piece.
Oh, okay.
And they're trying to find this like penultimate
borrowed themes from westerns then.
Huh?
They're gonna have a lot of borrowed themes from westerns then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like the big thing though is
not that that's bad, by the way.
No, like that's just a trope.
Because westerns borrowed from, like for instance, the Seven Samurai movie was the reason Magnificent Seven exists.
Yeah.
And both of those movies and stories are phenomenal. So American westerns borrowed from Japanese folklore, and then it looks like anime has sometimes done the same. Continue, sorry.
No, that's fine. The government polices the waters, and there's like the Marines. They literally have baseball hats on that just say Marine. And they're like the bad guys because all their leaders are corrupt and they're trying to like basically stop the pirates. Essentially, they're like the foils, but they're the villains essentially. And Luffy is the main character, and he's basically so far he's kind of that representation of like a freedom, a longing for freedom, you know? And so like the establishment is sort of that, I don't know, that corrupt repression of freedoms. It's a very generic look at it, but basically, yeah.
This is loosely related, but this is something that I've noticed that, and just hear me out for a second. It's gonna take a weird turn briefly, but it comes right back into what we're talking about. This is why in relationships, after analyzing some data that I was looking at, that's a weird way to just say it. Stuff I was reading.
You made you sound like a robot, kind of.
Wasn't any data analyzing here. It wasn't a study. It was just some stuff that I was reading. The spark that people often chase or what they feel is actually just anxiety. When you go look at how people describe, oh man,
butterflies.
I felt a spark because of her or him. They're actually really, when you look at the nuts and bolts of it, they're describing anxiety. So to go back to that, that emotional tension that's consistently being created feeds into those people, and that anxiety, that social anxiety that is all too common.
Yeah.
It's that we seem to, as humans, be very drawn towards that feeling. We like that anxiety.
Also, briefly to reiterate, I'm not trying to hate on One Piece.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to give an example of why it's not my highest priority to get up to date with because I have watched here's the thing. The amount of One Piece that I've watched would have finished like 100 other animes end to end of their story. But I'm not even at, like that's another, like she just said you barely watched it. Like I'm only like 98 episodes in. I just watched Black Clover and that's like 160 episodes and they're about to do their final season. Like that, and I thought that was a lot. But that gave me an entire story where like I'm already from like the beginning not knowing anything about the universe to now knowing what they're going into in the final.
One Piece, what you've determined is the sandals they like and the noodles he prefers to eat.
Essentially, they don't even have the whole squad yet. Not essentially, they don't. The first person that they get, like Luffy, obviously has his origin, and then they get Zoro, which is a really cool character. Honestly, if I just told you about that guy, you'd probably be like, okay, this dude sounds like low-key awesome. He's a swordsman. The goofy anime part of it is that he perfected a 3 swords technique where he uses 2 swords and he has one in his mouth.
Okay.
But he uses like samurai swords or whatever. She's crying. He said they won't have a full squad until 1,000 or something.
Until 1,000 episodes.
I think she's joking because I'm pretty sure there's only like 900 episodes in total, but still, that's insane. That's like, how many different shows could I finish in the amount of time? Because that's the other thing. I don't want to just sit and spend all my watching time trying to get to the point where we're starting the journey. You know what I mean? Like
that's crazy.
It's a commitment. So that's why I'm kind of like, I'm not crying. But you know, Zoro's a really cool character and Luffy's honestly a really cool character. And then like they find a couple guys that are kind of goofy. Where I'm at now, they just found a guy that I guess is going to be like their medic, and he's like this little reindeer guy. So like, I don't know. Like it's 100 episodes. I'm not Chopper. She's mad that I didn't remember his name. I'm so sorry, Ayako. I feel like I'm just like losing her respect the more I speak right now.
I'll just be quiet.
Here's the deal, too. Like, there's certain things that about anime that I understand as an artistic trope. So, for instance, I complained about how much they talk when they're fighting. That's kind of a Japanese thing. Because, like, if you remember all those old kung fu movies where he's like, they're in the middle of a fight and he's like, oh, you're not going to stand against my hidden tiger technique. And, you know, like they do that. That's a part of Japanese theater. Also, as much as I don't really care for it, the crazy faces and like posturing and like screaming, that's kabuki theater. Mm-hmm. Like that's all it is. It's just the modern version of that cultural thing that's spun up into that, which is cool, I think. But just that's my only real beef is that while it's good, I think that not as much of it, like with the debate that they were having on the internet this week, they were trying to say that the American audience is ruining anime because studios are trying to pander to their desire for fights, and they're like, we need more story. But in my opinion, it needed to adapt a little bit because some of these, like, they're like, oh, this is narrative heavy. And it's like, it's narrative heavy because there's so much fat on this story. Like you could trim the fat and still have arguably more meaningful character development if you made it more potent. It's like the assumption that more is better, or like some is good, so more must be better. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That's my artistic critique of the writing. And I say that as someone who's barely written anything, you know. So, what do I know at the end of the day? But that's just my opinion.
You see that Matt Damon clip where you described how Netflix is ruining movies and shows?
About how One Piece is genuinely life-changing. Ayako, I promise I will make it one way or another to the end. I promise that not only will I watch it, I will disappoint everybody that wants me to watch it in how I choose to watch it. But I will watch it. That's another thing that I find weird. Sorry to go back to anime, because I actually want to talk more about what you said about Matt Damon. But that's another thing that I find really weird about anime is not universally, but almost universally, when you watch movies, so like they'll have 3 seasons and they'll be like, hey, there's a One Piece movie coming out. It's most of the time understood by the fandom that movies aren't quote unquote canon. So they can just do whatever they want, and then whenever they dip back into the seasons, watching the OG, right? I mean, at this point, I've made it 98 episodes in. I could probably muster a little bit more. But it's so slow going. It's hard. But yeah, you're talking about how Matt Damon said that Netflix wants you to repeat plot points and stuff like that in the dialogue?
He said what they want is, well, besides that, he said what they want is they want the payoff in the first act. And he goes, that just flies in the face of every way that we've ever tried to make entertainment. You don't put the payoff in the first act.
Yeah.
You got to have a reason to keep watching. They think that what they want is they want you to have the payoff in the first act. And he goes, but then what else is there to show you?
Right.
But that's what they pressure him into doing.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow.
That sucks.
That's crazy.
I think I've talked to you about this too, but that's also like whenever money becomes the driver of making art, I don't mind when people try and find a way to make money with art. I think that whenever money is the primary driver of art, that's when you get terrible art commercialized.
Yes.
And a good example that you'll probably know way more about, and I'm excited to hear, is how record studios would charge bands that up until like recently, they were still charging bands fees for CDs, like the materials to make CDs for their albums, even though they had stopped making CDs for most of their bands because of streaming services. So they were still in the fine print charging bands fees for like jewel cases and CDs, even though that was not part of the...
I didn't even know that was going on.
Really?
That's crazy.
Jared Leto, I guess, just released like some big documentary about it. I don't know about just. I just saw it.
He's been on that stuff for a minute.
Because he was like, he has like this little infographic thing. He's like, basically, this is how it works. So let's say the record studio gives you a loan for $200,000 to make an album. They're like, you take that money and you use it to make the album. And then when the studio comes back after the album's released, they try and recuperate their costs of marketing. And he's like, so they take this much. And it boils down to, after the record studio comes back and recuperates the costs that they put in, it makes you like $300,000 in the hole to them. And the only way to get out of that contractually is to make another album for them. But once you make another album for them, you're $360,000 in the hole to them. And so like it's a perpetual contract with the devil, essentially.
Yep.
Super sad.
The bass player of Megadeth years ago wrote a really successful book.
I don't know what vibe you're on with music tonight, but it is lovely.
The bass player of Megadeth wrote a book about in their peak album, Countdown to Extinction, which has got Symphony of Destruction on it, which is their Black album, essentially. So that's their big deal. Very successful album. Not as successful as the Black album by Metallica, but it was a big deal. He broke down all the costs for that. The band, between 4 members, had to split 12 cents per album sold.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. Multi-million-dollar record.
This is wild.
It's depressing. those hair metal guys are famous for not making any money. None of those guys had money from any of that. That's why they're still playing. They're still playing because they finally own enough of the rights to their stuff that they can make money. They're just now making, those hair metal bands are just now finally making money. That's why you're like, why don't you quit? He has no choice.
Yeah.
They have no choice.
Yeah.
They don't eat, they don't live unless they do this.
This is so wild.
And so they're ancient. They're out there going, kicks off my heart. And he's just now making money.
I don't know why, but you and Jeff, I don't know if it's you guys being guitar players, but you guys, whenever you imitate hair metal people, it's like one of my favorite things because it's absurd.
It is.
But
It is absurd.
It's pretty accurate at the same time, I guess.
I love it too. I love hair metal. I'm not ashamed of it at all.
Aiko, would you say that One Piece is your favorite anime, though?
Yes. I answered for her, yes.
I have a feeling it is. But I don't. Maybe. Ah, she did that emoji thing again.
The creep thing?
Yep.
Gosh.
I think the reason that it makes me uncomfortable is because, like, I can hear it breathing at me and it's too heavy.
I can smell it.
Yeah. Man, I think my favorite anime is Attack on Titan as far as story goes. I just feel like that is so good. Let me show you some photos of my room one sec. Oh yeah, you painted it, right? Was it orange or something? I can't remember if that was a joke because John doesn't like AOT is fire. That girl. AOT is a good example, Attack on Titan, is a good example too of a show that constantly shows you things and doesn't tell you. And that's why to this day people will watch it and be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this was foreshadowing this.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's cool.
It makes you want to watch it again.
Yeah. Honestly, and what's funny is it's my favorite and I haven't watched it again because of how the ride felt when I got to the end of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nothing will beat that first time.
That's kind of why I tried to play Baldur's Gate again, and I just can't do it. That first time you play that game, dude, the first time you go through the gate is what those people are called.
The what?
Gate, I think is what they're called. I don't know what they're. It's a weird ass word. The first time you go through their palace, it's like you're never gonna get that experience back again.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I was trying to think of like what my top 5 games were because we talked about that a while ago.
Yeah, I said Mario N64 might be my top game.
As far as narrative goes, I genuinely believe that I think now The Witcher 3 is up there for me.
Witcher 3 is a darn good game, bro.
Because even as clunky as the mechanics are, because if that game had played, if the horse riding was as easy and instinctual and functioned as well as the horse riding does in Red Dead Redemption 2, I would consider it what I think the greatest game of all time. And if Geralt's movement in it was as good as the movement was in Red Dead Redemption 2, I would consider Witcher 3 the greatest game of all time. That's how phenomenally I love the story of it. I
gotta put Skyrim, after thinking about it some more, as cliche as that sounds, I gotta put Skyrim on there. Because I told you Fallout 3.
Yeah.
And while I do love Fallout 3, I think I'm gonna have to replace it with Skyrim. Because in all honesty, Skyrim was the first time that really was just like, what the heck is this?
The map was huge.
Yeah.
Also with Skyrim, I feel like it was one of those games that did everything that made it fun without so like it could be serious, but then also it could be clunky, but not in a way that made me hate it. You know what I mean? Sometimes like goofy stuff would happen and it was like just made the game more fun. Sent you my room on Discord, Kyle. Well, why did I have that Discord? I thought I had notifications. Don't mind the mess, she said. She said, I'm too lazy to clean my desk. I'm a rat. What can I say? It's a good setup. That was from last week, though. My orange ceiling. Ah ha ha. My One Piece stuff. I have a few. I'll post it out. I'm getting them from my closet. She already told me. I sent you this last stream.
She sent who this last stream?
She sent me last stream her setup showing me her, because remember when I asked her if she had a thing to hold her phone? I was like, oh no, of course she does, because she has an over-the-shoulder shot. Mm-hmm. She had sent that to me and I didn't see it, because I also just said at the beginning of this, I didn't realize I didn't have my notifications set up. I thought I would get. There's her orange ceiling.
Nice. Orangela.
Oh yeah, look at all of her One Piece stuff.
One Pieces. Oh, the One Piece, man. There's the ship. Good old One Pieces.
Who's your favorite character, Ayako? I feel like I've asked her this before too. She even got a straw hat. And she's got some gum fruit. Luffy, obviously, but I also really like Sanji. Dude, alright. So I'll say some nice things about the One Piece that I've viewed so far. Because I see them on your shelf. So that Cook, I forgot I was in a Discord. Yeah. That Cook and Sanji, their backstory, like when they're stranded on that rock, and like he splits the food up, and then like Sanji goes to check on him and sees that he, instead of being like the giant muscular dude, he was just like skin and bone because he had given Sanji all the food so that he wouldn't die. That part is intense. That's a decent little character backstory. I respect it. It's gonna make me sound like a fanboy, by the way, but did you notice that the last two singers that I've drawn on Instagram have commented on my drawings?
No, I didn't notice.
Yeah, the one girl's the saxophone player for Bill Murray.
Yeah.
And she commented on it and was like, wow, thank you.
That's dope.
And then the other girl's like a pop punk artist. And she commented on it and just said, wow.
That's cool. I didn't realize that. Good. That's awesome, dude. They saw it.
Did you know in the manga he ate his leg? It didn't get cut off by the chain like in the anime? No, I didn't know that. Wow, that's intense. So wait, he ate his leg when he was sitting over there, like, and Sanji had all the food in the manga? Dude, I'm digging this right now, this vibe.
I made this last week when we were sitting down here.
Okay, and I wanted to double down on this. Is I'm not saying that in a way where I'm like, man, you should make this music all the time. I'm trying to illustrate that for whatever reason, the mental, emotional state that I'm in right now, not that it's like an odd one, it just, you know how sometimes you're just vibing on a certain frequency and like music matches it? This is like where I'm at right now, I guess, and I didn't realize it until I started hearing this, and it's like, it's putting me in like a good state.
Part of the reason why too is because when you hear music, when you hear music like this and it doesn't have any percussion or distortion or vocals, it puts you in a different headspace.
Yeah. this is when I hear stuff like this, it makes me feel the same way as like when you're a kid and you just let all the air out of your lungs so that you can get to the bottom of the pool and look at the water and how it's hitting in the sun, you know?
Yes.
Like that's what this feels like to me. It's like relaxing, but at the same time, just like I just want this moment to last because it's relaxing, but at the same time, you're like, I ain't got no air in my lungs.
I think it's this. You ever heard this? I think it's this.
I feel like you showed me this.
To me, the human voice will always be goated. This is goated.
And I also will say I echo, I think Roanoa Zorro, the little bit I know about him from my limited time in anime, I think he is one of the cooler characters that I've ever seen. Just being cool. Rule of cool, like, just always awesome. So far, he's definitely, yeah, he's tough. He's probably, hands down, my favorite character that I've come across in it so far. And I haven't even got to, the kitchen guy told me about the nothing happened situation at the place I worked. And I haven't even got to that yet. Is that in a movie or is that in a season? Yeah, that's in the episodes. Okay, cool. He's also stupid. He has some super epic scenes later.
That is peak.
Now, answer me this: is he stupid in ways because? Is he stupid in ways because he makes choices that you think are bad choices? Oh my gosh, that scared me so bad. There's a bug on this. There's a stink bug on this right now.
Yeah, they're down here for some reason. I don't even know how they're alive.
Bruh. I'm gonna catch him in the meanest way possible. He always gets lost. He does always get lost, I'm imagining, because I think in the amount of time that I've been watching, he's gotten lost twice. What?
Damn it, this is too funny, dude.
There's another difference from Up and North. Former person. That.
You know who that is?
Yes, that's Alice Cooper, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Somebody said that he looks like goth Michael Scott, and I love it.
Oh, wow.
Up and North. It's pretty good. Up and North.
You know who I talked to on social media more than I ever anticipated?
Who?
Eric Bogenhagen.
That's hilarious.
Yes. I made 2 pretty decent comments on his stuff, and ever since then, I think he kind of notices my name.
Yeah.
So he interacts with me regularly.
You know who? They're really good. It's not that me specifically, but anytime I've commented on Jake Lure's stuff, he's commented back.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You probably have said something that stood out to him at least once, and then when they see that username, they respond to it.
Yeah. He's pretty good at replying to people, though. But still, you're probably right.
Because I think that's what's going on with Bogenhagen. He's recognizes because that one where he's yanking that that you saw that, right, where he's got that weird playground apparatus.
All his videos.
He's like hanging. I said Jeff Nippert and Mike Isertel have been real quiet since his video dropped.
That's super funny.
He convinced me to buy a new thing. That's what I was talking to him about yesterday. I was like, Zercher are my favorite form of squat. Do I need to buy this? He's like, do you intend to move a house? He's like, buy this thing, and it says harness, a Zercher harness.
Oh, wait.
So I think I'm gonna get one.
Have you showed it to me?
Probably. I probably showed it to you a long time ago because I've been looking at them.
It's that one that looks kind of awkward, right?
It looks like gladiator armor.
Okay. It's like, it goes over your shoulder and then it has the thing.
No. That's the power pole.
Oh, okay.
That's a totally different, stupid.
That's what I meant when I said, is it the thing that looked awkward?
No. It's not the power pole. This is my favorite piece of music ever, by the way. And this exact recording and this exact arrangement.
They're in a church, right?
No.
I feel like...
No, they're a choir, but they're not in a church. I think they're just in a studio.
Okay. Because I feel like there was something you showed me where they're like, they recorded this in the space one time, but I don't remember what it was. Dude.
I've been dating this guy for 4 months, and today he asked me why I don't have a boyfriend.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like at this point, I'm not saying everything's sweet out there, but I feel like at this point, the damaged dating scene is finally creeping into meme territory.
Where it's like...
Do you hear me? Yeah.
I don't know. Let's keep going.
So I'm not saying everything's sweet, but I think the ongoing emphasis on the deteriorated state has reached meme status.
So it's like not
like it's
truthful.
a meme.
It's just like
it's I want to be cautious because I know people's experiences are terrible. But also at the same time, I think that it's feeding the meme culture.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I don't think it's gone away. At least that some of that online, because right there, I'm pretty sure it was a joke.
Yeah.
But
it like at the same time, yeah.
You've heard people.
I
feed
know
into
guys that
bit.
probably would ask that in an insecure way. You know what I mean?
Oh, I didn't think of it like that.
Yeah, like they would be like, "Why don't you have a boyfriend?" And it's like, "Well, technically, it's that."
This is the.
Oh, that's a Titan makes that?
Yeah.
Titan, I don't have their stuff anymore because, well, I still do like their wrist straps, but I use those Versa Grip ones that you showed me.
Those are so good, man.
I use those for this reason. I still prefer, and I think I'm going to go back to using the Titan ones I have for deadlifting because those just feel more secure. But I like the Versa ones because I was starting to do pull motions on like machines with heavy enough weight that my grip was becoming a limiter. And so every now and then when I was doing like really, really heavy weight on a pull, I would use my wrist straps. But when you have a lat pull down or like a single arm lat pull down or even a row where you've got those things wrapped around, it's a pain in the butt. And also, it kind of locks you into the movement in a weird way. Where, like, at the end of it, I had to stand up with the lat pull down, you know? And I was like, it's got to be easier to drop this. And the Versa grips are like, they equal the strength, but it's super easy to detach. I was talking to Chatty GPT the second. About my lifting stats, and it was saying that basically based on my height, weight, frequency that I lift, and what my maxes are, that I'm only like 10 pounds away from being like the competitive level like lifter.
Yeah, I believe that. Because like I told you, it's said that I'm nearly 3 times as strong as the average human.
Yeah.
Walking around. But I didn't do gym goer. I just as just a person.
Yeah.
And then it says I'm pretty much twice as strong as the average gym goer.
It said I wish I remember the exact numbers because I'm not good with numbers, but it said I think it was my bench and my squat or my bench makes me stronger than 80% of gym goers, but my bench and squat both being what they are make me stronger than like 92 or something like that. It was in the 90s, or like low 90s.
Oh,
because,
that's cool.
Yeah, because so my bench being 300 and my squat currently sitting at 320. It was like most guys that bench the weight that you do are the chronic upper body enthusiasts that don't really do as much leg stuff.
Gotcha.
Like they'd more do volume, I guess. I'm weaker than the average human.
I believe that. My thing is the Zercher numbers, the deadlift, and the dumbbell press. It you laugh in there. That's what it always talks about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I thought once I hit that 300 on bench, I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna tell GPT now and see where I stack up like numbers wise. But it said that my squat was better, and I was like, okay, well that's annoying, but still not, because like at the same time, at least my bench is not bigger than my squat. I saw some guy was lifting, and this girl was like, it was like one of those meme things.
My overhead press also. Sorry, but anyways.
No, yeah, your overhead press is insane. It's a meme, so it's like one of those deals where, like you're saying, I don't know if it happened or not. I doubt it did. It's like some girl was trash talking this guy that was lifting, and she was like, I can squat your bench, or I can squat your bench or whatever. And he was like, so can I. Why do you think I'm wearing baggy sweatpants?
That's pretty funny.
Or it was like the other way around, where she's like, your bench is my squat or something like that.
That's probably what it is.
Yeah, and he was like, why do you think I'm wearing baggy sweatpants? It's like, it's mine too.
That's pretty funny.
That's so
So I saw something pretty cool because I've been really, really, really liking the psychology of trying to figure out like why dudes are complaining so much about dating and women are complaining so much about the dudes. I saw a thing and it went away in my algorithm that I meant to send you, and it was this clip of a pretty attractive blonde woman, and she was like, you're on a POV, you're on a date with a 23-year-old guy, and he's like, got a little upper deckies in the lippy. And the faces she was making was so funny to me. Anyways, there's this new thing, well, new to me, that I was looking at, and it's very interesting, and I really like diving into the psychology of this right now, which is the congruence. And this seems to be a thing that Ayako has already mentioned things like this without mentioning things like this directly, which I find very fascinating. And I just can't quite wrap my mind around how a woman can notice this without it even being spoken. So this lady I follow, which is she's incredibly difficult to watch. Apparently she's got a successful business that she runs with her spouse, where they do these workshops for people to help them. And I think she might be neurodivergent, and that's who a lot of her clientele is. She's really hard to watch, but every now and then she'll have some really cool content on there, and she's been putting this stuff out about this congruence. And hold on a minute here. Let me see. Chill stream. You put this really cool. I'm trying to find my. I'm sorry here. I went blank because I'm trying to find my the playlist I usually pop off, because I just want to get some background music going here. So this is what she was saying. What ends up happening is, at least in certain circumstances, and I never really analyze this or notice this because I don't do this, but she said this is very common. And I don't know who does this, but I don't feel like I know anybody that does this, but she said this was common, and I thought it was interesting because some feedback that I've gotten about people points to this. So let me quit beating around the bush, and this is what this was. The congruence that is not being fulfilled is that the woman seems to be able to notice that a guy is being so agreeable to try to gain social acceptance by her because he wants that. And this finally made sense after her explaining this, why that was an issue. First of all, it's just not how I roll. I will soften my disagreement with you because I don't want to make you uncomfortable. But I'm going to disagree with you where I'm going to disagree with you. What she's saying was too many of her clients just are full on agreeable because they want that total acceptance by this person. And that's where the congruence is breaking down because of this. And this is why it was put in a way that really helped me understand it. She says, the woman's trying to assess you as a potential partner, but if you don't allow any contrast to exist, she can't feel or understand where she ends and you begin. And I was like, man, that actually finally makes sense to me. Where it's like, you hear this stuff where it's like, oh, your inner world and your outer world don't match. Like your actions and what you feel and think don't match. Like, I want that to match. I went, okay, I get that, but like, explain this a little bit better. Because I've heard that a lot too. Now about me, we've talked about this a lot. I usually get the thing of, I feel safe. I can tell what you're up to. You're predictable, not in a bad way. That's usually the feedback I get. Mm-hmm. But a lot of guys I notice get the different feedback. And that's the other feedback finally made sense to me. She's looking for the contrast, not because she's trying to necessarily test you or out you as a non-factor. It's more so like, where do I end and this person begins? And I'm like, man, that makes so much sense to me, because not only does that make sense to me about relationships, but that just makes sense to me about dealing with people in general. I feel better like that too. Like if the energy I get from when somebody is just a little bit too like, yes sir, with the yes sir, with the like locked in, like you kind of get the like,
Stop doing that. Every time I try and flip this over, it.
Like if you know what I'm talking about, like let's not even talk about relationships. Just I can understand, I can empathize with why a woman would feel uncomfortable about this. Because if a dude on the team is too much with the yes sir, with the get, like locked in with you, you're kind of like, what the hell do you want from me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like this is like you are mirroring me so hardcore that now I'm just suspicious of you.
Mm-hmm.
And I finally got to make sense on that. And she's all about, you have to let her content recently is like, you have to let that contrast exist.
Well, like with the last person that I tried dating to, this is a good example of like, I did not belligerently disagree with them on things that I could tell were going to be a big issue, but I did not agree with them.
Exactly.
I was because what I wanted to do was, I saw that potentially, I was like, okay, we're at a fork in the road. This person could react fine to that and it'd be fine, or they could react really bad to it. But I need to calibrate my response to them so that I'm not damaged in the fallout if this is a impassable moment for them, yes. Which it turned out to be. So me choosing to like be a little bit lighter in that conversation than I typically would be saved me from being like demonized. Huh? Ayako said.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know either. No, see, that's what I'll do. I will do that. I will soften my contrast with you if I'm interested in remaining favorable to you. I won't talk to you like a really good friend or a colleague I don't care about. But I'm still gonna let that. You still have to let that contrast exist. Mm-hmm. Because my point of view to this is that it is unacceptable for me to do whatever it takes to make you like me.
Yeah.
Because that is unauthentic, and I feel like that's misleading and trying to trap the person.
Typed that a while ago, by the way. I'm sorry, Ayako. I am not a good mediator. I get distracted when I'm drawn. Fire me.
To me, that's why to me, like you, I feel like that you're being dishonest. So I have to, respectfully, I don't like this. One of our prime examples with our one chatter tonight, the AI thing. I won't back down from that, but I'm not going to be a jerk to them about the way that I won't back down from how I think AI can actually be used in an ethical and clean way to help an up-and-coming artist.
I almost sent it to you. There was that Corridor Digital that I follow.
Yeah.
That one of those guys went on a rant that sounded a lot like what you talk about. He was like, because I think that we're getting lost in the glitz and glamour of AI. Not to derail us onto this topic.
No, that's fine. I don't mind switching to it.
No, but he was like, basically, it's there to write scripts for us so that it can be our little black box, and we can say, hey, I've got this video, and I just want to make sure that all the contrast in it is bumped up to this level. And rather than writing code to help me go through all that, I can just tell it that I want this black box to do that, and it'll put it in, and it'll come out and do that for me. So I don't have to spend all the hours doing the tedious thing.
Exactly. Right? Especially when you're doing early storyboarding and concept ideas. so much time and resources can go into the concept that's never going to be used. It's never going to see the light of day. It's not the finished product. There's no point in dumping so much manpower and resources into making this the thing that you, when you go to pitch an idea. So that part, I'm like, let the robot do that. Yeah. I don't want to use what the robot makes anyways, but I want to get this point across to a group of people that are going to potentially be, let's say, in some circumstances, investors.
Yeah.
Or to some circumstances, the team of animators you want to work with. Like, hey guys, this is the animation style I have in mind. I had AI help me make this so that my vision isn't just something I'm sitting here constantly trying to verbalize to you. Like I can just show you an 8-second AI clip and be like, oh, okay, in this vein, and then never look at that thing again. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it. To me, it's like sketching a random thing on a piece of paper to hand somebody. It's just fancier. But never in a million years, like that trash band you sent me, that stuff is so AI. You can tell the lyrics are made by AI and formed together by a person that doesn't speak English. And you can hear how out of phase the guitars even
that was the thing, is like
hideous.
That's why I was trying to describe to you, is like, I don't honestly, here's the thing, I don't think it was as bad as you think it is.
Oh, this is hideous.
What I think it was weird about it was that it was so close to being almost good. You know what I mean? Like everything about it, like when I was listening to it passively doing work, I was like, oh, okay, like I'll have to remember this and come back to it later. And then when I came back to it later where I was focusing on it, I was like, oh, that's weird. All the things that I noticed that were like happening subconsciously as I was listening to it, now that I'm focusing very consciously on it, I don't like any of it.
Yeah.
So like every time he screams, it seems like it's AI, because like nothing
this part
sounds
is so corny, dude. Listen to this. This is AI, dude.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like that's like an internet line.
Yes.
Like that's an internet meme line.
But listen, do you hear how the guitars go like this? Like, listen, you're almost standing between these two things. You hear that?
Yeah.
They're just like this. It's odd. That's out of phase. What's happening is when something's out of phase, they're actually moving like this. The wavelengths moving like this together.
Okay.
So when that happens, they like vanish to your ear. Like
okay.
It vanishes. It needs to be like this. It needs to compete. So listen.
Okay, this is making so much more sense.
This is guitars that are in phase.
I gotta sit down a second. Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They sound 10 miles wide.
Yeah.
This is AI, mixed by AI, made by AI, made by an Indian guy probably. Because you hear this?
Yeah.
The whole mix is out of it's out of phase. It's garbage. This sounds even worse in headphones. This sounds like grade A butt ass.
So like that's the thing that was like, it was bothering me, was like everything about it sounds like if I don't know, it sounds like it was. It sounds like it's what they were supposed to do, but it's not right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and that's why I think it's that's why I think I snuffed it out as like, this is AI. And I looked it up and I was like, this is definitely AI. And people are like, no, it's not AI. It's not AI. And
it's
I'm like,
1,000,000% AI.
It's AI. First of all, why are they only releasing one song every couple of months? That's weird. They only have 2 songs out. But
and it has almost 300,000 monthly listeners already.
A great example of what I'm hearing that's incongruent, which is now what I know to be out of phase, what you're talking about, is whenever AI does like a cover where they make somebody scream. So like there's all those covers where they're like, oh, this is a metal version of, Ludacris's Get Back or something done by AI.
Yes.
Whenever AI screams, it sounds like it just crackles the audio to a loud yell. Like it doesn't sound like, when someone's vocal fry hits in a scream, like what that sounds like.
Yeah.
It sounds like AI just had somebody talk really loud and then and then just like chopped up the audio into teeny tiny little bits so that it sounded like a vocal fry. Like that's what AI screaming sounds like to me.
Yeah.
And so like I was wondering, okay, well, was it a guy that was actually singing and then was like, hey AI, can you mix this for me? And that's what AI
Well, I
came
tell you
out
exactly what prompt they gave it. They said make it sound like Chester.
with. Probably, yeah.
That's what he sounds like to me. He sounds exactly like Chester.
Yeah.
But the mix is terrible. Like, you can hear on this one's even not
Yeah.
metal. And you hear how it's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
But it's weird. It sounds the same way as like, you know how I can't scream, so whenever I do scream, I whisper?
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like to me. So like it's like the emotion and the intensity of everything that I'm hearing seems like it's supposed to be bigger, but it occupies such a tiny little space that it's just weird. Cause like I feel like if you gave that sheet music and that plan to a band, not those lyrics are trash, obviously, but like if you gave that sheet music to a band and you had somebody actually play that, it would sound phenomenal.
Yes.
But the way that is mixed is just it's like that's what I'm trying to get at is they did the right stuff, but it's wrong. It was
Yes.
done wrong, and it just sounds weird. Hold up. What up, Roku?
Hey, this is a pretty cool story.
Give me like 10 minutes. You finally arrived. Ayako's already on his
Future Breed
case.
Machine is
Love
one of
it.
those.
This is a cool.
Is that John Goodman?
No, it's the guitar player from Meshuggah. You'll like this. This is one of their most popular songs. I don't know if you know what it is. This is what basically made Meshuggah famous. I'll play part of it for you. Because we'll get dinged and do
Ding dong ditched.
yes. First song I ever heard by him. This is that same song, but then they did this version of it.
Oh, you showed me this.
Wow. Anyways, this is their story about making.
Songs where Jans actually wrote two of the riffs, and I wrote
That's
the
the
mid
singer.
part, and I wrote the verse. That's mine, and then that's mine. But Frederick's is the intro, and that's Frederick's, and that's Jens. So what Frederick did is what he took an idea I
brilliant.
had with
He's the mastermind.
three parts. It was the extended version of the verse, the last part of it, and the pre-chorus and the clean part. And then he rearranged it and used and incorporated Jens stuff and his own riffs, and so it was him like building it all together into a song. Future Breed Machine is one
That's
of those
so cool
songs
to me.
where
Like,
Jans
that's
actually wrote
that's super cool that he could take all the band's ideas and meld it into like their most iconic song. Like that's a really good mark of not only just a cool guy, like a really good band member, but also just like straight up a good composer. That he could do that and take everybody's ideas. Like it's got 2-3 riffs from everybody basically.
Yeah,
That's so cool. And then he made it all work.
that is dope.
Frederick is the reason Meshuggah, all those guys are important for that band, but he is the reason that band is that band. He's the heart and soul of that band. He will always be the heart and soul of that band. But hello, everyone. So much has happened. Roku's gonna have story time.
My bad.
All right, I'm gonna ask ChatGPT a question. GPT. Working on something cool. Nice.
So basically, the old guy who's my friend, not that old, but like in his 30s, asked me to make a short comic. Didn't mean to send it. Oh, she chopped up the... No, you're good. How short of a short comic?
You see that psychological quiz thing that you probably didn't see it, where it was talking about what seat you take at the conference?
Oh, I did see that.
That was entertaining.
I didn't look into what any of the answers were, though.
Which one would you have picked?
Okay, so...
Let's see if I can find that and see what the chat can
pull it. Yeah, pull it up and let me answer it, because I don't know, like, if... To be fair, I feel like I would pick several different seats based on my mood that day. So I don't know how telling this would be about me.
It's all airplane ones. Let me try to narrow this down.
I'm scratching out a page right now. It looks 10 times better now. I did finish it at starting to redraw. 4 pages? That's not bad. Did he come up with the narrative? Sketching. Yeah, sorry, scratching. Did he come up with the narrative, or did he just kind of give you the idea? Did you find it?
Yeah, this is it here.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I remember seeing. And again, I don't know. Like, I feel like I make this decision based off of mood, so it might tell you more about what my psychological state is today rather than...
I kind of remember some of them. If you would tell me which one it is, I can kind of...
Yeah, pull it up on the screen so I can see it better. And because I already know what, I just don't know. Okay, 2.
Okay, you'd pick 2?
Yeah, I would sit 2.
It was... Let me see.
I'm going to sit down for a sec because my knees hurt. Dude, did I tell you I had a quad cramp the other day?
Yeah, you did.
I thought my leg was going to bend backwards. That was painful.
I wish I remember the nuance of it, but basically that was a seat of... You're kind of, it wasn't the full-on skeptic seat. It was the seat of, I'm kind of in an observant position.
Okay.
It was a variant of that. The seats that are on either side of the person represented a person that was subordinate, supposedly, or a person that had plans of usurping. Then the seats next to them, kind of in the middle, like kind of where you picked, kind of pulled back from that mindset and were much more focused on observing. Whereas the seats that are opposite of him, these 3 here,
yeah,
represent full-on skepticism from different angles.
Interesting.
Yes, and then of course the seat directly across from that mattered. Let's see what she said. He gave me a script to follow. I didn't give him any original papers. To be honest, I wasn't very proud, so maybe I'll finish these and then message him about it. Oh, okay.
I'd like to see one whenever you feel like showing it.
Yeah.
Even if it's not tonight.
Did you ever finish the drawing of yourself with a broken mirror? Because that was pretty lit.
My phone's over here. I sat down because my old knees were hurting.
My old knees.
Yeah, so by the way, when I saw this, the reason that I stopped scrolling and looked at it is because I have, with my new job in the last like 6 months, I've had to go to a lot of trainings and meetings, and I intentionally sit in a spot. So if I walked into that room, I would sit in that spot because I don't like sitting with my back to the door.
Oh, okay.
And then also, I don't want to sit right next to the dude because I always feel like somebody there that helps the person should sit there. But I also don't like sitting super far away because if people don't show up to the meeting, then you're really far away from the guy. That's awkward.
So chat, if you can look at this, I don't know how well you can see that. Kyle should probably be able to answer this too. Which seat do you think I would pick?
John would sit in his lap.
That's funny. 8. Okay. What seat do you think, Kyle?
Oh, it's cool. What seat do I think you'd take? I honestly feel like you'd sit similar to me, like on the 2 or the... Maybe, I don't know, maybe the complete opposite one. I don't know.
5?
No.
You don't think so? That's what I picked.
Really?
Yes. It said you stand in direct opposition to whatever this person's doing. Yeah, I would pick. I commonly do that.
That's funny.
Part of the reason I like doing that, especially in high pressure meetings that I've been in, well, high pressure meetings I've been in is because it's a total, like, just throws the whole vibe of the situation off, and I kind of just like,
yeah, you like
being stinky.
You're like the
that's cool.
personality equivalent of a Hot Ones interview.
Basically.
Like, you're like, okay, we're going to talk, but I'm going to do something that takes you out of your defenses.
Especially when I talk to lawyers, because I know that they which I have a lot.
Default to a playbook.
When they, because they're working off of body language and psychological cues, so I'll square up to them and I'll sit directly across from them and I'll make eye contact with this guy, even if I'm not in an adversarial role against this guy. I just want to mess up his entire feng shui with how he thinks he's going to come in there and run the game with us on subtle mental ideas. Yeah. So I'm going to immediately
take him out of it.
Screw him up, because now I'm going to put myself in the adversarial position. But then what I like to do is I like to crack jokes with you, putting myself into a position to where I'm not adversarial. I'll sit positioned in direct opposition to you.
You're basically letting them know, hey, I'm not hostile, but if I need to be, I will.
I don't give a fuck.
Bro's just a menace to society. That's why I said he'd sit in the guy's lap like Santa Claus.
But hear me out for a second, because I'm not trying to pull this card on you guys to be like, well, you haven't been in. It's not. I'm not saying it to be like that. I'm saying it to be like, after you've been in 1 or 2 meetings with a lawyer or the head honcho of the customer that you work for, okay? Once you've been in enough of these meetings and you realize that they're trying to pull, they've watched 3 half-hour YouTube videos about body language and facial cues and all, and they're trying to sit there not to do anything productive in this meeting. What they're trying to do is see if these stupid little gimmicks that they've learned pay off.
Yeah.
You can just see it from a mile away. I can tell that you're not in this situation to get anything done. You're just trying to see what you can get away with right now socially, because your mind is already made up. We're not here to talk about and negotiate anything. Your mind has already been made up before we walked into this meeting. You know why I know that? Because mine is. So we're just coming into this room as a kind of a formal, hey, this is where we stand, this is where you stand type of a thing. So I just like to mess with the guy that thinks he's cocky enough to throw off the whole hierarchy by being the body language expert in the room, and just be like, watch, I'm going to totally disarm that part of you. So now you actually have to talk about something with substance.
Yeah.
I'm going to sit directly across from you. I'm going to square up to you. I'm going to maintain eye contact. And then instead of being aggressive towards you, I'm going to be disarming.
Yeah.
So now you're thrown off. You're like, this guy, I'm purposely doing the body language thing of squaring up, eye contact, no folded arms, open, completely open, chest pointed out towards you. Totally just messing with all of that. That's also how I like to talk to cops, which I think has frequently got me out of trouble with the police.
One of what I'm realizing,
when I should have been in trouble.
one of the things that I'm realizing I need to get better at is I didn't realize that when I got so much older than police officers that I was going to feel compelled to talk to them like they were younger than me.
Ooh.
So when I see them, I'll be like, "What's up, bud?" You know, and they don't like that.
No, they don't.
Yeah. It's like, dude, you look like you're 12. Like, it's hard for me to not see you like you're young. Like, I get you have authority and stuff like that. I'm trying to respect you, but I'm also like not scared of you in the slightest bit.
Also, you have that tendency to call everybody kid.
Yep.
So,
to be fair,
I would die if I was on the floor for the rest of the meeting.
Look at this floor.
Yeah, I have that effect on people, especially women.
I haven't felt compelled to add anything to a meeting since I was back as my days as an intern at the church that I worked at.
Gotcha.
I haven't felt in any of my jobs whenever I had meetings at the shirt store, I didn't say anything in those meetings. But
was Chris pretty much leading the charge or something?
Most of the time it was Jeremy or the lady that he hired to lead the meeting.
So somebody, somebody has the situations I'm in, nobody is taking charge.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Nobody I know is going to watch this, so I'll just tell the story. I'm not going to name names and I'm not going to get specific. Dude, I almost died of secondhand cringe.
Secondhand cringe.
Bro. We have
band name, I call it. Sorry.
Pop Pump. We have an employee that seems to all of a sudden be kind of giving us problems. Okay? Mm-hmm. Not in too bad of a way, but bad enough. All right? And just kind of not being all there. He's not a cranky or a mean guy or like overtly breaking the rules. He's just not all the way there. He's not up to par. The person that needs to be handling this called the union hall and asked the business manager to confront this person. And the response was, "This is your employee?" "Yeah." "Have you talked to him first?"
How'd that go?
"Well, yeah, that's on my radar. I was just hoping that," and I'm like,
I wouldn't have to do it.
My gosh, dude. Oh. In what world? Man, I'm telling you, dude, leadership is killing us. Everybody wants to know why everything's falling apart. They're trying to blame the millennials for now that we're knocking on the door of 40. We can no longer be blamed as the idiot kids anymore. Now we're the failure to launch adults, kind of just fading off into obscurity that nobody's going to care about or pay attention to. And so now the Zoomers and Gen Alpha have to put up with us. And it's like, this is why I go to bat for them. And I will go to bat for them. And maybe this can, with their help, we can change the dynamic. Which is, it's the failed leadership. Almost all of the problems we have across the board, at the schools. What is this? Oh, wait a minute, what's she saying? "Bro, you should have seen me at AP seminar in English. We had to do a presentation about how to correctly do a presentation. I was shaking so bad I couldn't read my note card. I just stared at the floor," which is crazy because you stream live and you don't have a hiccup. But is that because you don't have to show yourself? I get nervous public speaking and do anything like that, but it's whatever. I don't.
The first time I presented, I was like her. where like I thought I was going to be fine, and then when I got up in front of like 40 people and started trying to present, I was like really hot and like super nervous and like you know, like, and after I was done I was like, why? Well, I know every one of those people. And so then after doing stuff with the church, I intentionally put myself in that line of fire more, where I would get up in front of people and talk. And it's a repetition thing. The more you do it, the better you'll get at it. If you talk in front of people a lot, I feel like you will.
I thought I
was gonna faint for real. Notice how I don't show my face, she said.
Yeah. That's everything, huh? I don't care. I'm immune to it now. I'm immune to hearing my own voice recorded too. I've heard it so much. But yeah, go back to that. This the failed leadership, man. The failed leadership is why the churches are falling apart. It's why schools are falling apart. It's why families are falling apart. And one of the biggest things is the lack of accountability. Everyone wants to do whatever it takes to keep the structure in place. And in order to keep the structure in place at this point, means that the leadership has to lack total accountability. I am so glad that I thought about this now, because it reminded me of, I had a long conversation with ChatGPT the other day about basically us and why we had a falling out with the church. And it explained it very thoroughly. It said by being as authentic as you were attempting to be, you stand to completely disrupt all of the hierarchies that they have established. You just can't do that. It was basically like you can't be authentic anywhere, really.
Well, that was like I told you, most of the time that with the new, you'll know what I mean when I say with the new regime.
Yeah.
Most of my pushback was them is they would constantly ask my opinion on things, and when I gave it, they would act like I was insulting them. And I was like,
because you were.
I wasn't trying to. I was just. I thought I was gonna think, really, you can't be cool. Who can't be cool? Ayako. I can try my hardest.
You can't be cool. I don't know. I'm confused by that. Never mind. Okay.
Come on, Ayako. Leave us hanging like that. Now I'll never know.
But yeah, no, it was because it was upsetting the authorities. Oh man, I had a random thought popped in my head too that slightly pertained to this.
Sorry.
No, it wasn't your fault. It was some other random tangent that popped in my head. Slightly attached to.
I'm starting to talk more at work, and today at lunch, I was trying to talk to somebody, and I said, rapid fire. I had said like 6 sentences, but only a third of each one, because I was like, my brain was, and then everybody was staring at me at the lunch table, and I was like, I'm sorry, I just had 8 thoughts all at once. Let me backtrack. And they all just died laughing.
That's amazing.
Like, I'm so sorry. What time is it?
9:10.
I'm not doing a terrible job drawing, but I'm not doing a great job of drawing. So I think I'm going to just chill for the night and talk with you.
We might call it a little bit earlier, but we'll hang out at least for another 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm tired. I for some reason didn't really get good sleep last night, which is not good because this is the night where I stay up later than normal.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty tired today.
I think my immune system might have been fighting some more stuff off. Well, okay, so
I mean, my sinus infection, I was back to being pretty healthy, but
yeah,
man, I've had it for a minute. It's finally clearing up though.
So my immune system was working overtime for all those years with the gluten and dairy stuff that we've talked about.
Yeah.
I'm discovering now that the weird side effects are that now when I experience illness and my immune system spikes out, now it's kind of overreacting, so it's still readjusting.
Gotcha.
And so I've been getting really tired lately, and I think that it's because my immune system fought something off. Because everybody around me was sick, but I never really got sick. The other thing is, I've learned that post-workout inflammation, now my body is also overreacting to inflammation.
Oh.
Because of the fact that it was like chronically heightened for so long.
Interesting.
Yeah, so just fun little things like that. But I am slowly, I think I've lost like maybe 5 pounds in the last 3 months.
Gotcha. I was gonna say you look a little less puffy, like not necessarily like you lost weight.
Yeah, I don't
You don't look as inflamed.
I'm not swollen as bad.
You don't look as inflamed.
Yeah.
Like your face came back to normal.
Which feels great.
Um,
Getting older, I see. I echo
loves it.
immediately. No,
In this
where
culture-
did Roku go? Side note, he's like, hold on, I'll be right back, and he's been gone.
Yeah, he went back to
He's
Del Taco.
so funny.
He's funny, dude. You know he lives his life like that. You know he lives his life like that.
If Ayaka's a rat, Roku's a squirrel.
That's real. Like a fart in a whirlwind. In the identity obsessed culture, I had this thought the other day too. Like, because I rarely consider my identity. How often do you sit and think about your identity? Ayako, how often do you think about your identity? I like never do.
I was going to offer. I wanted her to answer before I say anything.
I like never do. Only recently, because of some conversations I've had with people, have I been challenged to even consider it. And one of the things that as she's going to answer this question, one of the things that I realized is why I don't care is because, and why I would rather just behave with the characteristics that I want to behave with, is because they're going to ascribe an identity to you.
True.
No matter what.
Yeah.
I don't know what you mean.
What others think of me or what I think I am.
Yeah, like either.
I think John's basically just said both those things. Is like,
Yeah.
he doesn't take the time to really mull over thinking about what he is because his actions are what he is, and people are going to attribute what they think he is regardless of his actions. So why?
So to you, my identity is like the cool middle-aged dad that's an artist. Okay, that's my identity to you. To him, it's like not too dissimilar. Okay. But I don't really have a lot of control over that. Mm-hmm. Okay. But because
cool old man who's an artist, she
see, there you go.
She gravitated to that.
So I don't have a lot of control over that.
Yeah.
And in this day and age, they're like, well, I'm a this, I'm a that. My orientation is this. My pronouns are this. I am this political affiliation. I assume this role in life. And what I found really interesting was, because I also had a conversation with Chat GPT about it, because it said I had a unique perspective, of course, because it's so outside of the norm in a world driven by identity. I said, this is a problem.
She says she just had to correct you because you said middle age. She said old man.
And I had a conversation with ChatGPT about this, of course. And like I was saying, like I said, yeah, your perspective's unique or whatever, but in the culture so hyper-focused on this, a lot of the young kids I talk about bring this up. Some of Marie's young cousins I had a really long conversation with about this, about how much identity mattered to them in their generation. In a world where these people want to be more free and more freeing, they actually, by trying to have your identity and offer it to the person, you are limiting, by you doing that, you are limiting how someone can interact with you. It's extremely counterintuitive, and the AI was like, wow, that was actually a pretty good point. I go, to me, that's extremely counterintuitive. If I'm going to go in an interface with you, be like, yeah, I'm the, the fitness metalhead Like, all those things are true. You're going to find that out about me. But if I, like, thrust that onto you in our interaction, like I'm straight white male fitness metalhead type of a guy, like, this is just who I am. Like, okay, now this person, you've boxed not only yourself in, and it's not freeing, you've actually boxed in this potential connection because you're forcing this person to interact with you according to this identity that you've ascribed to yourself.
Yeah. You've potentially, they could have come into that without preconceived notions or expectations, but by doing that to yourself, you've said, hey, I'm giving you the preconceived notions and expectations, so we're only going to have this deep of a conversation sort of deal.
And you're likely only going to accept me at this level, or you're likely, yeah, exactly. And then it was like, you know what, that's a really good point, because it is like, so if I constantly try to present myself that certain way, it's going to be limiting to her. I'm just going to let her identify me. Like, it doesn't matter to me. You have so little, or I have so little control over how someone's going to identify me. Even if I attempt to identify myself, I still have so little control over how you identify. Whereas the more congruent, to keep using that word that's been floating around lately, in how you behave is that this is just how I am.
Yeah.
But this is how I behave. Focus on the behavior that you want to put out there and leave it at that. Because to somebody, it's going to be bad no matter what you do.
Yeah.
To somebody, they're not going to want to interact with you no matter what you do. So what's the point? Why do I care? Why do I care what identity
I was going to say,
someone puts on me?
I was interested to see what, like Ayako said, because I was going to say, I used to be very concerned with my identity when I was in high school, and it started slipping away from me when I was in college. Like, when I was in high school, I was worried about, I feel like there's a pressure placed on you. That's why high school's so cliquey, is because, oh, these are the skaters, these are the goths, these are the art, like the theater kids, this is the band kids. Like, everybody has that, and so you're like, oh, what's my identity? And then in college, that's when I realized, oh, like, I do stuff that kind of puts me in everybody's camp at different times, and I don't want to stop that because I feel like that's the kind of person that I like being. So I became less concerned with the appearance of who I was and who I was substance. And it wasn't because I wanted to look a certain way, it's because I wanted to do things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I didn't want to. It's the difference between, like, do I want to go to the Grand Canyon so that I can take pictures of myself in the Grand Canyon, or do I want to go to the Grand Canyon so I can see the Grand Canyon? You know what I mean? That's what changed in my mindset. I didn't want to become a certain person so I could look like that was me, but I was like, no, these are the things I want to do. So whatever. If people think that's artistic, if people think that's corny, like, that became nothing to me. Like, I didn't care about that anymore.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if that was, like, more of a thing that you just kind of, like, a character arc, but
I don't know if very many people come to that point. I think the image and the controlling of the image is so powerful to people. You know, again, this goes back to why I think the leadership is failing. It's the you would rather be seen as a good person than be a good person.
yeah.
That's the whole problem. They would rather be seen in a certain light than be in a certain light.
Yeah.
All that stuff doesn't matter if you just align yourself to it in the first place. None of that stuff matters.
I think there's a lot of competing human desires and complexities that kind of overlap to create this issue. So I don't know if, like, when I say, oh, it's this or it's this, I'm not saying this is this whole thing. But, like, there's little elements to it, like, that are just the day and age that we live in. Everybody's obsessed with, it's almost like the commercial age has made people think that they also have to brand themselves individually.
Yeah.
Social media kind of does that.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, when you think about it, even me, like, all of my posts are just drawings.
Yeah.
It's almost, and it's curated, so it's like I'm intentionally presenting to people what I want them to see.
Yes.
So like there is an element of that that's going into that, where like that's my quote unquote brand. And so other people, it's okay, I can curate what they see about me. I want them to see this, that, or whatever. So there's that commercialized modern age that probably contributes to it. Some of it could just be the fact that there's an innate human desire to be seen by at least one person. And that could be conflated by social media in the modern age with the visible like spectrum being so much greater now. Like you're aware of so many more people on this earth than people previously were.
Yeah.
To where it maybe it's confusing that internal sense we have of wanting to connect with another human that has been innate in us from the garden, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And like that could be contributing to people's misplaced identity obsession.
And this is not really connected, but you just made me think of this. And if I let this thought disappear, I won't ever remember it to continue to unpack it. But I think both of you will actually think this is fascinating. You just made me realize that the reason the online thing isn't going anywhere anytime soon, and why it is the preferred way to connect to people, is because the connections that are actually near us, closest to us, are real.
Yeah.
And so they're messy. And the connections that you have through the internet are easier because you can just close your phone.
I don't know if I sent this to you.
And remove yourself from that energy. So especially when so many people suffer from social anxiety more and more.
Yeah.
It's so much easier to maintain that relationship in curated land.
Well, I mean, even just what we were just talking about.
Yeah.
And this is not an insult or anything. It just shows that it's a real thing that everybody experiences. Is Ayako was saying, you know, I don't show my face. I don't have a problem speaking in front of a lot of people in a chat.
Yeah.
Because I can control how they see me and experience me.
There it is. And so that's why this is the preferred.
You made me think of this. I almost sent it to you. I may have. I saw somebody in a tweet. They said, it was like a sarcastic quote. It's like, you're addicted to your phone. It's like, no, I'm not addicted to my phone. I'm addicted to my friends, and they're in my phone.
I think I saw that. You may have sent it to me.
It's like, that's a good point. Like, I'm addicted to the humans that I connect with in my phone. I'm not addicted to the phone. You know?
The reason I don't like, true. The reason I don't really like being around most people is because most people are so inconsiderate about their interactions that I have to carry your baggage. Not you specifically, but because I don't mind being around you, clearly, but I have to carry your baggage in this interaction.
Yeah.
Because you refuse to take accountability for the way that you are and how you be. That's the thing that wears me down to where I don't want to mess with most people. Because it's like, in order to maintain a connection with you, a friendship with you, we have to take on the fact that it's, you're the guy that just it turns into a blubbering mess every time you get drunk, and you get drunk every time you're with us, and you won't own it.
Yeah.
And so we have to manage that.
Yeah.
I went to an extreme example there.
Yeah.
But that's like, people don't really seem to, in real life, don't seem to even really want a real connection. They just kind of want to force themselves into social situations.
Yeah.
And so then they're just constantly, no wonder nobody wants to hang out with you or have friends in real life when people are behaving in this way that we have to constantly,
it's almost like
mold to whatever you expect of the social. So it's not just that I can go hang out with a group of people.
Yeah.
I have to have that as an element.
Yeah. This is not I don't even know if I would consider this a common thing, but it kind of goes into what you're saying. Is there's almost like, it's too prevalent. I won't say it's common, but it's too prevalent that people have this sort of arrogance where they want friends not so that they can interact with people, or that they're intrigued by the universe, like the uniqueness of other people's personalities and what they bring to the table. It's that they just want other humans around to acknowledge how great they are. And so they need someone to be around to be like, look at my accomplishment. I need you to text me this morning and tell me that I did a great job last night when I did this thing. And that's kind of like, I've experienced that on smaller things with certain other people. I just don't commit myself to those people.
That goes back to, I don't know if it was last week or the week before, they kind of bleed together. I think it was the week before when we talked about, it was a week before, because I looked up the word and I got it right, which, and now I'm losing it again. But that's where you have contingent self-worth. It goes back to the contingent self-worth principle of your self-worth is externalized.
Yeah.
Which means that the social interactions are where you're going to gain your self-worth from.
Yeah.
Which is what you just were saying. I just put it in different words. But that's what's happening. And so it's like, man, it's in that, again, that fits exactly with what I'm getting at. It's a different way to describe it. We have to manage you. This interaction so as much is about you needing to get fed. And so this isn't just like a hangout. This isn't just us going to a dinner party with a handful of people. This is like, you need to be socially fed your validation. Or, we have to carry all this baggage. And then we're doing it to each other. It's like, man, it's not that I'm not social. It's not that I don't want to be around people. It's just, this is the part I'm getting tired of. You know, it's like when I'm with so-and-so at work, it's like I have to deal with the fact that, well, here, you know, I'm going to be Cranky Pants McGee the whole time. I'm going to be the Debbie Downer guy the whole time. No, manage yourself. You manage yourself. Like, I'm not your mom. You know, it's like, I don't have to manage you like this.
Yeah.
You manage yourself. It's all it's doing is making every single interaction with you so laborious that I'm starting to question that, no, it's not that social interactions drain me. It's dealing with these abject weirdos that can't self-regulate is what's draining me. Because like I texted you, was it today we texted this, or was it yesterday? Because I barely got any sleep last night for some weird reason.
So today and yesterday feel like the same day.
Yeah, they really do. I kind of exercised with the kids a little later in the day, and I think that my body never did calm down from that. But I felt great. We had a lot of fun. I found some stuff they really like to do, and I'm really happy about that. We'll talk about that in a second, but it's cool. What was I saying? It's like, because we were texting about this, and it goes back to that thing where I go through great lengths to make sure that I am not this issue, that I'm not this grouch, that I'm not this grump. Despite of what happens to me, I go, like, people are like, well, and I told you this too, it drives me crazy. Oh, it must have not been that big of a deal. It's like, you have no idea. I just go through very great lengths daily to make sure that this doesn't bleed onto you.
Yeah.
That's what you don't see and feel.
Yeah.
And no one else does that.
It's like I've told you that my big beef too with people is like, I don't mind getting accused of being a positive, happy person. I love that. What I don't like is that everyone assumes that it's because I'm stupid, not because I'm working hard.
Yes.
That's the part of it that I'm just like, no, guys, like, I am mad about all those things.
Yeah.
But I'm choosing to deal with it this way, where I can still smile and be happy and laugh throughout my day, rather than being all hum-jum. The music is a tad loud, Aiko said. I think she said that right when you reached over and turned it down, probably.
I could sense it also.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, I could sense it was a little loud.
But it's good to know you're still there, Aiko.
Yeah, no, and it's yeah, exactly.
Just because I present this certain thing that you're seeing, I don't like the idea that, I don't know, it's like I don't need credit for working hard. but I don't like that people just.
Yeah. I see what you're exactly getting ready to say. It's not that I
Yeah.
need credit. It's just that I need you to not treat me like I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
And then I'm a burden.
Right.
Because I'm not.
Yeah.
Is there something I think we just accidentally discovered something here that I'm noticing here. Why does being happy equal idiot? When did that happen?
It's this narrative that being an intelligent, because I see this meme pop up all the time where it's like, I'm just so sad all the time, or I have so much anxiety about the world because I'm so smart and I can see all this stuff.
Ah, yes.
And so people think that being doom and gloom. People think that being doom and gloom equates this great knowledge of all the suffering in the world.
No, it doesn't.
It does not.
No, it doesn't. It just means you're a burden.
Yeah.
Again, we have to carry your baggage. You know, we have to manage you.
Yeah. That's why I've stuck around you for as long as I have, is because I understand that you understand the things that are going on and you still choose to be happy and have fun.
Yeah.
Like that, like we can sit here and have old man rants about stuff, but at the end of the day, like we'll also still draw, make music, play video games, like do goofy stuff, go out, make jokes.
Everybody else is so wound up.
I know.
And it's like, again, like it's just, if you're not upset, you're not like,
You obviously don't know.
it's like, what are you talking about, bro?
Sounds so weird right now.
For real. My first wife was a tard, bro. She's a pilot now. That's what he says. That scene in that movie where he escapes from jail is so funny to me. I don't know if you remember it.
I don't know.
When was the last? Did you watch Idiocracy?
Yeah, I did, but I don't remember that. I literally. Oh, by the way, I brought that up. I went to lunch with some guys Monday, or no, it was last Friday. I went to lunch with some guys, and I mentioned something. And I was like, yeah, like in that movie Idiocracy, and they're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, and I'm not talking like a bunch of young kids. Like, there's two of them that were under the age of 24.
Okay.
The other guy was like 28, and the other guy was older than me, and none of them knew what Idiocracy was. And I was like, brothers,
Yeah,
it is so funny.
Yeah,
do you know? I think you actually might have sent me this, so you definitely know it. But Crocs, yeah, that was just they were like, what wild, stupid footwear would they probably wear in the future? So they were like, we found the startup, and it was Crocs, and now Crocs are like huge.
Yeah, it's amazing. This Crocs.
Ayako, have you ever heard of the movie Idiocracy?
The part how he escapes from jail is he's standing in this giant line of people going into jail, and there's a line facing the opposite direction, and they're shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah.
And they're facing the opposite direction. And he turns and he looks and he goes, "Where are these guys going?" And they said, "Oh yeah, you're probably not ready to watch it yet."
I was gonna say, I wasn't suggesting you watch it. I was just curious. You should ask your dad if he's ever seen it.
Yeah, it's so funny. And he goes, "What are these guys doing?" And they go, "Oh, they're getting out." And so he says to the guard, he goes, "Oh, I'm supposed to be in this line." And the guard looks at him and smacks him on his head and he goes, "Get in that line then, dumbass." And that's how he escapes from jail.
Dude, I was telling them about.
I'm gonna explain the plot to her in a second.
Okay. Then I'll just say I was explaining to them the plot because I quoted "It's what the plants crave."
Yes.
Because I was telling them I need more electrolytes. I was like, "It's what the plants crave," and they're like, "What?"
So, do you know what Beavis and Butthead is, Ayako? See if she knows. Or King of the Hill.
Nope.
You might know what King of the Hill is because
it just came back out too.
And you're from that part of the world where King of the Hill is kind of based out of. You don't know what King of the Hill is either?
Nope.
Dang. I'm trying to think of anything Mike Judge that. Okay, never mind then. That's it. So he did Idiocracy. And the plot of Idiocracy is the most average guy in the United States military that runs the library on a military base that has basically no immediate family members pops up on their radar. Is this the perfect guy to forced to do this bizarre, kind of cruel experiment. So they thrust him into this position because he's not married, he doesn't have kids, he doesn't have any siblings, or his parents are dead. So and he has the most average everything stats, and they want to freeze him cryogenically to see later if they can thaw him out and he's still alive and in the same health he was in, so that they can freeze their most dangerous super soldiers and save them for a time of war. So they pick him and a prostitute to do this to, and she's not really a major plot point, but they freeze him and they forget about him. The government funding, the government program loses funding, and they just leave him there in a warehouse for 500 plus years.
Yeah.
And he accidentally gets
Roku's back.
And they accidentally get thawed.
Yeah.
And the most average guy 500 years ago is the smartest man in the world now. And everybody's like a drooling idiot, basically. Like the number one movie in the country is called Ass, and it's just 90 minutes of someone farting.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
You remember so much more. The part that I explained to the guys that I work with, I was like, basically in the 500 years that he's in cryo. Okay, I think I've seen clips of this on YouTube. The 500 years that he's in cryo, they expand on the idea that all people that believe themselves to be smart and responsible focus on their careers and only end up having like one kid. Whereas if they have any kids, but whereas all the people that drop out of high school and get addicted to drugs and stuff like that, they all have like 14 children. And so the world ends up, the population becomes those dumb, goofy people that dropped out of high school sort of deal. And so like, the government like privatizes everything. Everything's branded.
Yep.
They're having a famine, and he like solves the famine because he realizes they were using Gatorade. They weren't using water to water the crops.
Do you remember the part where he gets his identity tattooed on his arm? Oh God, it's so funny because he goes in there and there's like this machine. He has no idea what's going on with any of this, and he goes in the machine and he goes, "What's your name?" And he goes, "Not sure," and he goes, "Not sure," and it's to his name. They call him President Not Sure because his identity accidentally gave himself as Not Sure.
That's hilarious.
Or do you remember when he goes to the doctor?
Yes, I remember that. Where he's like, put this in your mouth, this in your ear, and this up your butt.
And then he mixes them all up. No, wait a minute, I got him wrong.
Yeah.
That's when he goes to the doctor. Doctor goes, "Sup, scrote?" That's how that conversation starts.
Dude, that's such a funny movie.
So
I can't believe
funny,
more
man.
people don't realize. Because there's, like, Terry Crews is the president.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
What is his name? A Mountain Dew Herbert Camacho?
yeah, something like that. I think that's exactly what it is.
Dwayne Elizondo Mountain Dew Herbert Camacho. That's his name.
I've sent you LMG of my convo with my ex-best friend. Ooh. The term ex-best friend is such a rough...
I don't know if I'm going to show it, but let's see. So I'm saying that because you're silly rule.
You can share it with the class, BTW. He said,
Can I have my Xbox back? It's not a silly rule, dickhead. Talk to Nat. But you literally said like 2 days ago you won't be using it anytime soon, but y'all aren't using it? Nat is. For what? Games? Make sure I do these in order. Duh. Okay, never mind. Why are you in a mood? Why are you in a mood? I'm not. I'm just following your rules and asking for my stuff back.
who's asking for the stuff back? Is it Roku?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're not gonna use it, why ask for it back though? I am gonna use it. The laptop and also my stuff. I'm talking about the Xbox. I said never mind about the Xbox, and I didn't know Nat was using it. Oh my gosh, she's got a lot of text messages here. Even if she wasn't, you don't use it. It's still my stuff. Why does that matter? And get your stuff out of my house. Dog, for real, yeah. So you're kicking me out over a mild argument? If that's what you want, gang. I don't want that. All I was asking for is to get my laptop. All I said was ask Nat, because I don't use it. Nat uses it. Nat King Cole. Because I'm going to start bringing it to work. I said, okay, you gave it to her, not me.
We get the tea.
You're asking the wrong person, dog. I never gave it to her. I let her borrow it. You gave it to her to borrow, dumbass. That's why you look like this. That's actually kind of a funny diss. I'm sorry, bro. I will show these little guys. This is...
They said you look like that?
Yeah, that's why you look like this. That's actually kind of funny, man. I'm sorry. I would have laughed.
I'm not going to lie. I've never been in an argument with a friend where I've been like, yeah, and you're ugly or something like that.
Dude, that's amazing.
I've not done that ever.
Okay, I was just making it clear because...
Poor Roku. I could have laughed really hard too.
Because you made it sound like you gave it to her. But I said, yeah, that makes sense. To ask Nat if she's using it and why you're in a mood and maybe for asking for my stuff back. I don't care about you asking for your shit. I care about you going all up in my room and shit. You're not the repo man. I never went into your room besides the guitar. That's why I'm asking. But go talk to Nat. Stop blowing up my phone. I said, okay, you threatening to kick me out? Like, that's fucked up. He sent the dudes again, the little Oompa Loompa guy.
Ayako also just said, bro, you have to try playing Uno by yourself. It's low-key fun.
She's playing Uno by herself?
She took the name of the game literally.
That's amazing. I said, if you want to just run up in my room and be petty about stuff, then you can take your stuff out. It's not what you said. Yeah, it was shorter. Context helps out a lot. Stop texting me, nigga. Damn. You made it sound like I was going to get kicked out for asking for my stuff back. I'm going to head back. Yo, you want anything to eat? No, thank you. Yo, come find me. We got cars. Come on. I'll give you a ride so we can get your stuff organized and I can get my key. Oh, did I miss something here? Oh, I might have missed something here. No, that is next. So I get my keys. When my grandma calls, don't tell her you were living here. Just tell her you were staying for like a week or two. I know. What'd you say?
There's a huge time gap, Roku said.
Okay, what'd you say to Cam? I asked about Sean, how he's doing. Okay, he's acting a bit strange. What did you say to Rex? Yeah, what did you say to me? Same as Sam. He was just there. What did he say? He said y'all need to talk and give it some time. What else? That's basically it. The rest was about the cruise and 2K and basketball. Why did you have to make something personal public?
This all started over a 2K beef?
Hey, Ivan. I found your green Xbox in my box. Just let me know. That's the end. Oh, man. So now you got to find a new place to live?
So wait, Roku got kicked out? Or did this...
I think that's what was at least being insinuated.
Okay. Damn, dude. No, it all started because of a guitar. Yeesh. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Roku got kicked out. I've gotten kicked out. That's a bummer.
What, are you homeless now?
Tragic. No, he put my bass guitar near the cat litter box. Living by Taco Casa now. No, I'm staying with my aunt.
Oh, okay.
Alright, well that's good. At least you got somewhere. So he put your bass guitar somewhere you didn't want him to put it? And that's what started it?
Seems like it. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, those little Oompa Loompa guys that he said you look like this, that killed me.
And I asked him to move it, and he said it's been there for months. This sounded like the one time that me and my brother-in-law got into a fisticuffs because of some living together irritants.
Yeah, it happens.
Yep.
See, that's why, like, oh, hold on, I'll let him get talking there.
And I asked him to move it, and he said it's been there for months, and it does not matter.
This is one when we had this conversation privately, but it was like, I'm like, as I get older, I'm on the fence about whether or not young people should live together before they get hitched. Oh, wait, what does he say there?
I told him I felt disrespected that he would put it near the cat litter box.
I mean, man, you ain't wrong, but people will do weird things to things that ain't theirs. Because there's a whole psychological concept about the thing that you have you think is worth more than it is. So.
It's like that. Have you seen that video where they have this? They basically just kind of, I think, picked this kid because he's kind of odd looking, and they're interviewing him in a mall.
Oh, okay. Put it in the living room, and that was it, man. Started World War III and the Oompa Loompa guys.
But they're talking to this guy, and people keep walking in front of the camera, and then the guy doing the interview goes, "Man, people just keep walking in front like we're not trying to film something here." And the guy goes, "Yeah, it's not intentional." And he's just like, "It's subconscious. People are people." And he just goes in this rant about how, like, never attribute to malice what can be attributed to incompetence. He's like, most of those people have complex lives, just as complex as you, with this same kind of problems, and they're going about their life, and they're just living it through their perspective. They don't mean any disrespect by it. And like, he's just going through and the dude that was interviewing him is just sitting there looking at the camera and like, and then he's like, damn. Like, it's so funny. Let's see. And he followed me and told me to give him back my guitar. I said no. It started to look like he was gonna fight me. So wait, why did he have your guitar? I feel like I'm being a...
Seemed like he just let him borrow a bunch of his stuff, and then he was like, man, you're disrespecting my stuff. And so he went and moved his thing, and then it was like, why are you all up in my room? What pissed his buddy off, and I'm not gonna lie, man, like, I get your thing is in my space, but also you walked up into my personal space.
I got into a massive, the biggest argument I got into with my sister, that was probably the last like big spat we got into, was when I was still living at my parents and she had just moved out. And it's just so that me and my brother didn't have to share a room anymore, I moved over into her old room. Well, she was supposed to come get some of her stuff, and she hadn't done it, so it was just sitting in the room, and I hadn't moved it out or whatever. And I was in my room doing something, and I had the door closed, and she came in or whatever, and it wasn't like I was in any sort of compromise, but I had the door closed. Whatever, she came in, because I can't remember how it happened, if she knocked, and I said no or something like that. She was like, whatever, my stuff's in there. And she came in to get it. And I blew up. And then her and my mom acted like I was in the wrong for freaking out about it. But I was like, it doesn't matter that your stuff's in here. This is my space. You still have to get permission to come in here. Like, I could have been doing any number of things. Like, and so like I disagreed with them on that. And I remember I yelled for a long time. But it was like I was fighting both of them because I was like, I don't understand. Like, if this is my room, it doesn't matter that it used to be your room and that you didn't want to come get your stuff out of it. And so I don't know how I feel about it now, but at the time I was very angry about that.
Yeah, see, that's lame. You got to beg to get your stuff back. I can partially see his angle, which was like, okay, man, like, your stuff is in his space. I get it. It's your stuff. But, you know, don't just go mess with the stuff. But it's also like, man, if you didn't do anything that bad, if you did that to me, I'd be like, hey, man, I get it, that's your stuff, but hey, just next time, just hit me up, right? You know, just to prevent you from going to, and then I wouldn't think nothing of it. Now, if you did it again, then I would probably send you the Oompa Loompa meme. Yeah. But the first time, I'm gonna be kind of just like, okay, you know, hey, I didn't like that. You came into my space. I understand you're trying to get your stuff, so you felt justified. But let's just talk about it next time. But yeah, that seems like...
Also, more perspective too is the reason that I remember getting so mad about her entering my space.
Well, see, look, he said he invited them in, so...
Oh, okay. Well, that's stupid then. The reason I remember getting mad too is because from my perspective, I didn't want to be living at home at that point also.
Gotcha.
And so like, I didn't feel like I had any privacy ever. And so I would hide in my room a lot of the time because that was the only space that I felt was like mine now that I had. And it had just been obtained by me. And then immediately as it was obtained by me, it got the rug yanked out of it. And so then I felt like I had nowhere. And so that's why I blew up about it.
Gotcha. I see what you mean.
That's like hindsight looking back on it, understanding. But at the time, I was just mad.
Yeah, I get it, dude. I get it. I'm big on that. I grew up in the household where my mom was very much about that. Like, you can, I don't care who you are in my life or what I think you're doing. You could leave your unlocked cell phone sitting right there all day, and I will never touch that sumbitch. That's just how I am. I will never go through your phone. I don't care what I think you're doing in my life. I will not touch your stuff, and I will not look through your phone, and I will not snoop through your mail, and I will not open your drawers, and I'm not digging for nothing. But I know this, man. Females be some snoopy people, dude. But here's what it is. I don't like that, okay? And I'm not like that. But the more I unpack the female psychology, the more I'm beginning to understand why they are that way in a lot of ways, is because they have to be. And I'm starting to realize that male privilege is honestly a real thing. It's just not real in the ways that the culture attempted to make it real. I am going to put it into a really good perspective because it came from a conversation with Pencil Neck about a year ago now that really made me realize this. And it wasn't even the point of the conversation. It just listening to this person talk about that made me realize, oh, wow, like I can go to a concert by myself at the pageant and just walk around and not feel worried. Yeah. That's a giant privilege. And so what I started to realize is what really is male privilege is the fact that I can just snap some shit up. And so I'm not a target.
Right.
That's so the being sneaky, the being emotionally manipulative, the digging through stuff is kind of just how they have to survive. Yeah. So I don't blame them.
Bro, my sister is insane. She once found a guy by stalking his friend's Instagram, then another of his friends, then mother, and then she found him.
Yeah. Is another thing I find out that girls be doing is if they like a dude, they will all of a sudden delete or change, not to hide anything from him even, their Instagram to make it look similar to his.
Oh. Interesting.
Yes. So what they do is they call it window shopping, and they'll go window shop a person they probably know IRL, and then they'll, what is he saying there? Help me move, and you're kicking me out. And he said no, so I've asked my coworkers for help. Window shopping. Dang, dude, he won't even help you move. Yeah, it seems to me like there was some pent up contempt, and this just might have been the thing that pushed it over the edge. I hate to say that to you, but this seems like this wasn't really the issue. It was just kind of a culmination of things.
The proverbial straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah, I hate to tell you that. You guys might end up being friends again, but I just let him cool off for a while, leave him alone.
Yeah.
But no, to go back to that, it says, I not be doing that. I don't have time for all that.
His grandma's on my side.
Good old granny, bro. Yeah, no.
I knew girls would like toggle their profiles being private and like public for similar reasons.
Yeah, no, I find out that they will go through there and curate.
But yeah, I didn't know that they would.
So like, for instance, if you got a bunch of pages of like say your thing was primarily concerts, like you just feel the potential prospect, she might start purposefully posting a big string of concerts, whether it was recent or not,
This goes back to
or
what we were
deleting
talking
a bunch of
about
stuff so
about
it only
identity.
isolated
Yeah.
when she posted
Yeah.
concerts.
That goes back to what we were talking about earlier about like social media, though not good or bad. Social media, it magnifies people's obsession with identity by allowing them to curate their brand.
Exactly. And so they want to fit, because mirroring is a big indicator of if you have somebody's attention,
Yeah.
especially romantically.
That's okay, dude. We know things be crazy.
Oh man, life's weird. We're getting ready to shut this down pretty soon anyways.
Well, I feel like you were going somewhere else with that, and I might have cut you off a little
Bro,
bit.
what is this? You playing Uno by yourself is wild. All yellows. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
no, it was just mirroring is from what I've learned now is a pretty strong indication of a romantic connection forming. I didn't even realize this. A lot of it is subconscious too. Like a lot of times, the mirroring that they look for, like behavioral experts, you just kind of subconsciously do it. So, anyways, and this I think is an extension of that, of why someone would change their page
Yeah.
to look similar to yours. Is like trying to create the illusion that hand fits in glove. Oh, you like hikes too. You know, that type of a vibe.
Shaking in my best coworker's office.
Oh, dang, man.
They bought me a cookie and helped me move out. That's a good guy, though.
Yeah, man, cookies be helpful. Man, I'm sorry that happened to you, big dog.
That's one of the. This is just funny. This is one of the memories that I will always have of you. Is first when I started actually like framing the kind of person you were. Is because this was funny to me. Is like being a church guy. Anytime someone mentioned being moving, it was a reflex to be like, I'll come help you. And like I didn't ever think of it like I didn't like doing it, but nobody likes doing it, and that's kind of why you help people do it. So like it was just like a reflex. And I remember you saying something about like you were moving to this house from like your old house, and you were like, yeah, I gotta move or whatever. I was like, oh, let me know, I'll come help you. And you were like, no. You just flat out told me no. And I remember like immediately I thought, oh no, like I like overstepped some boundary. And then you were just like, I only say that because I know how much I hate doing it, and so there's no way I would make another person do that. And
I hate it so much. I'd rather do it alone.
it was, and then you said that, and I was like, man, that's so accurate though. Like,
Within 3 months.
what's the emoji? I can't tell what that is. It looks like a cat with a scarf.
Probably is. No, dude,
I'm gonna get right up. Yeah, but I just remember that was like a funny. Oh, it's a cat smiling. That was just such a funny, formative moment in our friendship. Like I still remember it really clearly.
That's amazing. All right, I'm doing it.
No, play the song.
I hate to just bone out on you now, brother, but man, I am fading fast.
Hope things work out for you though, Roku.
Yeah, dog, for real.
On the up and up.
We know what time it is.
See you next Wednesday, hopefully. Yes. Don't feel bad if you can't make it, but also if you want to come back and chill. I've enjoyed my time playing Uno and listening to you all, Ayaka, so.
It has been well. We'll be here next week.
Sure will.
We got a ton of snow still, and it's going to stick around for a while.
Super cold.
That snow will be here for a minute. Dude, it wasn't even fun to play in. We tried a couple times, and it was just
That's the thing
It
is,
was just so deep. Dude, it is deep down there because it all
oh yeah,
accumulated at the
well, because
bottom
it's
of the hill.
dust, so like any wind blew it up into piles. That's the thing is, I wish I had a leaf blower because I could have shoveled my driveway with a leaf
Played
blower.
5 rounds and won them all.
Atta girl.
Start betting on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you could knock it off your car easy. This is a good funeral song.
Dude, I didn't even. So there's a guy I work with that has kind of a goofy sense of humor, and I was in the atrium of my job, and he was going to the elevator to get to the parking garage, and I was at the elevator to go back up to the floor, and there's a ton of people in between us, and I didn't even think about that fact, but I was like, "Ooh, you got a suit, a tie, and a jacket going somewhere special?" And he's like way across the room, and he's like, "Yeah, funeral," and like I figured he was joking, so I said, "All right, have fun," and then I got on the elevator. And then he came upstairs because I was like, yeah, I don't know if Luke will find this joke funny, but I was like, I told them what I said to him, and they were like, oh yeah, he'll probably think that's funny. And then he came up, and when he told it, he made sure that they knew that there was like 8 people in the lobby that were in between me and him. And they were like, you didn't tell us that part. And I was like, I forgot. Like, I need to start playing chess by myself.
That's actually how I got better. A lot better. I used to be in a chess club.
I didn't know that actually.
Yeah.
But I used to play chess with my dad, but I never got like this real serious. Like,
I'm
oh,
halfway
but then he's
lethal.
defense.